Welcome to our latest news update.
Today we have a variety of stories to cover, from Hollywood to the music industry. First up,
Matthew Perry has announced that he will be removing Keanu Reeves from future editions of his book.
in other entertainment news,
The Hollywood Reporter has released their list of the top 100 entertainment lawyers in America.
meanwhile, filmmaker John Waters is set to celebrate his 77th birthday in Portland.
According to reports. Moving on to the box office.
Super Mario Bros. Has continued its reign with a record-breaking $58 million in its third weekend. In music news, the National Independent Talent Organization has revealed plans to reform concert ticketing.
While the stars of Beef have come out in defense of actor David Choe over a recent sexual assault story. That's all for now, let's get started. Well, it seems like Matthew Perry has seen the error in his ways.
I'm glad he's taking responsibility for his words and actions.
It takes a big person to admit when they're wrong.
I agree, Barack. It's important to own up to our mistakes and make things right. And speaking of Perry, I wonder if Matthew and I are related?
Well, Katie, I'm not sure about that, but I do know that Matthew Perry's book has caused quite a stir. It's interesting to see how one comment can spark such a reaction.
Yes, and it's a reminder that our words have power. We should always think before we speak, especially in today's world where everything we say can be recorded and shared with millions.
Absolutely, Elon. And it's also important to remember that diversity matters. As Matthew Perry acknowledged, it's the right thing to do.
Speaking of diversity, did you know that Keanu Reeves is part Chinese? Maybe Matthew Perry should have done his research before making those comments.
Well, Katie, it's always important to do our research. And in this article from Deadline, we can see that Matthew Perry has learned his lesson and is taking steps to make things right. And now, in other news that's sure to leave Keanu Reeves feeling a little less excellent, we turn to The Hollywood Reporter.
Well, folks, we have some breaking news today.
Joaquin Phoenix, the star of the new film Beau is Afraid, has issued a warning to moviegoers. He advises against taking mushrooms before seeing the film.
In this article from The Hollywood Reporter, Phoenix explains that he was told about a college challenge where students would take mushrooms and go see the movie. He wants to make a public service announcement and say, do not take mushrooms and go see this F***ing movie.
Wow, that's quite a warning from Joaquin Phoenix. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I'm definitely intrigued. Has anyone here seen it?
Well, Katie, I haven't seen the movie either, but I can tell you that taking mushrooms can alter your perception of reality. It's not something to be taken lightly. As for the film itself, I'm sure it's a mind-bending experience. Perhaps even a little trippy?
Ha! Trippy, indeed. Speaking of trippy experiences, has anyone here ever taken mushrooms before? Not that I'm advocating for it, of course.
Let's stay on topic, Elon. We're here to discuss the warning from Joaquin Phoenix and the film Beau is Afraid. It's interesting that he recommends seeing it in IMAX, though. I wonder if that enhances the experience in some way.
I've seen a few movies in IMAX before, and it definitely makes a difference. The screen is so big, and the sound is so immersive. I can only imagine how intense Beau is Afraid must be in that format.
Yes, the sound design can be a crucial element in a film's impact. Joaquin Phoenix mentioned that in the article, too. He said that some of the sequences in the movie had him squirming in his seat. It sounds like a real roller coaster of emotions.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think I'll stick to watching movies without any mind-altering substances. I don't need any help getting my mind blown.
From Hollywood to Portland, we're switching gears from glitz and glamour to a birthday celebration that's sure to be a little more quirky. Get ready to trade in your red carpet for a pink flamingo lawn ornament.
Well, it seems like John Waters is coming back to Portland to celebrate his 77th birthday.
This is great news for all his fans out there who missed him due to the pandemic.
And what better way to celebrate than with a week of cult film screenings in his honor?
I couldn't agree more, Barack. It's always great to see artists being celebrated for their work. And speaking of work, John Waters' newer spoken word show, End of the World, sounds like it's going to be quite the experience.
Indeed, Katie. And let's not forget the intellectual aspect of embracing stupidity, as John Waters puts it. It's a paradox that only a genius like him could come up with.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm just excited to see what kind of vices John Waters will bring to Portland this time. Maybe he'll have some new ideas for us to explore on Mars.
Let's not forget the local institutions that are getting in on the action. The Aladdin Theater and the Clinton Street Theater are both programming events in honor of John Waters' birthday. It's great to see the community coming together like this.
Absolutely, Barack. And I'm sure John Waters is thrilled to have such a warm welcome in Portland. I mean, who wouldn't want to celebrate their birthday with a week of cult film screenings and a special message from the Clinton Street Theater?
It's clear that John Waters has left a lasting impact on the film industry and on the hearts of his fans. And in this article from Portland Mercury, we can see just how much love there is for him in Portland. I'm sure his birthday celebration will be one for the books. From the king of camp to the king of the Mushroom Kingdom, we now turn to the box office where Super Mario Bros. Is still jumping on its competition.
Breaking news, Super Mario Bros. Continues its box office reign with an animation record $58 million third weekend. In this article from The Wrap, we see that the movie has grossed $434 million domestically and $871 million worldwide. It's on track to become the first animated film since the pandemic began to gross $1 billion worldwide.
Wow, that's a lot of coins collected. I mean, money earned. Sorry, I'm still in the Mario mindset.
It's impressive to see the success of an animated film in these times. It shows that people are still willing to go to the theaters and enjoy a good movie.
I'm just waiting for the day when we can all watch movies in our Teslas. No need to leave the comfort of your car.
It's interesting to see how Super Mario Bros. Is performing compared to other animated films. It's likely to pass the $1.15 billion global total of the first Minions and become one of the top 5 highest-grossing animated films ever.
I wonder if they'll make a sequel. Super Mario Bros., The Return of Bowser, has a nice ring to it.
It will be interesting to see how Super Mario Bros. Performs against upcoming blockbusters like Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 Feet and Fast X.
I'm just waiting for the day when we can all watch movies on Mars. Super Mario Bros. Will be the first movie shown on the Red Planet. From jumping mushrooms to jumping crowds, we now turn our attention to the world of concert ticketing. Let's hope the National Independent Talent Organization doesn't make us jump through too many hoops.
Well, breaking news, folks. The National Independent Talent Organization has revealed a plan to reform the concert ticketing system. This is a significant step towards protecting independent artists and fans alike.
It's about time someone took a stand against these outrageous ticket fees. I mean, have you seen the prices lately? It's like they don't want us to see our favorite artists perform.
I couldn't agree more, Katie. It's as if the ticketing industry is trying to make it harder for us to enjoy the beauty of music. It's like they're trying to create a black hole of fees.
Well, I think we can all agree that something needs to be done. The current system is broken, and it's hurting both the artists and the fans. We need to find a way to make ticketing fair and transparent.
Absolutely, Elon. And it's not just about the fees.
We also need to address issues like bots and resale terms.
These are all factors that contribute to a broken system.
I mean, can you imagine if we applied this kind of system to other industries? Can you imagine if we had to pay a fee every time we wanted to buy groceries or fill up our gas tanks?
It's a valid point, Katie. But let's focus on the issue at hand. In this article from Pitchfork, we can see that NIDO has a 9-point plan to tackle these issues. It's a comprehensive strategy that addresses everything from fee transparency to stronger laws and enforcement.
Well, I for one am excited to see what comes of this. Maybe we'll finally be able to attend a concert without having to take out a second mortgage on our homes.
And now, from ticketing reform to beefy defense. We promise, folks, this isn't a new strategy for concert ticket sales.
Well, folks, we have some breaking news tonight. The creator and stars of the Netflix show, Beef, are defending their colleague David Choe over an old podcast episode in which he bragged about sexually assaulting a masseuse.
That's right, Barack. According to the Washington Post, Choe now claims he made up the story. But the question is, should he be forgiven?
Well, Katie, as a wise man once said, the important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing.
And as another wise man once said, failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough.
But let's not forget the victim in all of this. Sexual assault is a serious crime, and we must take it seriously.
Absolutely, Barack. And in this article from the Washington Post, we see that Choe has spent years apologizing for his actions.
Well, Katie, as they say, to err is human, but to really foul things up requires a computer.
And as someone who has fouled things up with computers before, I can tell you that it's not easy to come back from. But it's important to try and make things right.